Hey, you tourists, it's your boy Domination. This is back in the basic chunk of the do how do takes baby better than this back. You do this is real man roster, fake man roster, real roster, fake roster, and front to where preach on. Welcome to the back of basic bracket, back of the basic broadcast, back of the basic. And today we're gonna talk about unsung review of previous unsung episodes that we never done when I make these YouTube shows. But today we're gonna talk about. We already talked about Tina Marie and all the rest. But we're going to talk about Florence Ballard. Florida Grantley and Chattanooga Mint Natalie Ballard, born June the 30th, her birthday already passed, 1943, died February the 22, 1976, was an American singer, a founder member of the popular Motown vocalist female group, the Supreme. So she's the founder of this because they say a founder member of the popular Motown vocalist female group, the Supreme. She sung on 16 top 40 single with the group and include the top number one hit after Rhea moved from the Supreme in 1967. Ballard tried a unsuccessful solo with ABC Records before she was dropped from the label at the end of the decade. Ballard struggled with alcoholism, depressed, and poverty for 3 years. She was making attempted as a musical comeback when she died of a heart attack. In February 1976 at the age of 32. Some odd about that. We'll never know. Ballard's death was also considered by one critic one of rock's greatest tragedies. Ballard was supposedly attempted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a member of the Supreme in 1988. Let's see. Let's see right here. This is sad about this girl's story because you think about that just goes to show you that fame ain't everything. Fame always comes without a price. And you telling me, is it really worth to be famous? It's really not. It is not worth to be famous. It's really not. It's not worth to be famous, man. It's really not. It's sad about this girl's life, though. No one deserved of a died of a tragedy like that because let's see the Ducker Hall of Fame. So if she abducted, because it's crazy that she was removed the group in 1967 or something, but she supposed to make a comeback in 1976, but it didn't work out like that. I tell anybody out here that being famous is not what they have seen. Being famous is not what it's meant to be. It's really not. Let me see if they abduct her or not. Okay, yeah, they ducked her. They ducked her. She was the original member. She's the founder. That's what they're saying. She's the founder of the female group Supremes. But how you be the founder of the group Supreme, but yet you got kicked out of this group? It's got to be something because I watched the episode where there was some problems going on, the girls of the group and stuff like that. It's Supremes are very legends from they originally from Detroit, Michigan. That's where the legendary Motown is, and there's a lot of members here, a lot of members that replace of this group. It's kind of sad, about this lady right here. Early life, Florida and Grantley Ballard was born in Detroit, Michigan on June 30th, 1943 to Letterly and Italy Wilson and Julie Ballard as the eight 13 children in 13 children or 9 of 15 children. Her siblings are Billy and Cody and Jesse Jr. and Bertler and Gretel and Barber and Maxine, Billy, Calvin, Pat, Linda, and Roy. Her mother was a resident of Roseland of Mississippi. Her father was born Joseph Bart in Butler, Alabama, after her grandmother was shot and killed. Poor thing. He was adopted by the Ballard family. Joseph Ballard left his adopted parents at 13, and soon engaged in a affair with Ballard's mother, who was only 14, in Roseland. The Ballard moved to Detroit in 1929. Jesse soon working at General Motors. You know what that is, the car industry, GM. Jesse, a detective of musical, helping to inspire Florida interest in singing. He taught her the value of singing and achievement her on the guitar. Financial difference forced the Ballard family to move to a different Detroit neighborhoods. By the time Flower turned 15, they have settled at the Detroit Douglas housing projects. At the next year, Jesse Leonard Ballard died of cancer. Yeah, that's pretty sad. But this is really sad right here. In 1960, Ballard was accusationally raped at knife point by local high school basketball player Reggie Heidelberg after leaving a stop hop at Detroit ballroom. She had attempted with her brother, but they accidentally lost track of each other. The rape was in an empty parking lot off Wood Ward Avenue. Ballard responded by relative to herself in her house, refused to come outside. I understand. That's crazy. No woman should have to deal with that. Which worried her group males. Week later, Ballard told Wilson and Ross what had happened. Through Ross and Wilson are patriotic. They are also confused because Ballard was considered to be a strong, willing, and unflappably both Willis and Jesse Green, a early boyfriend of Florida, have described her as a generally happy, if somewhat resilient and sensitive teenager. Willis believed that the incident heavily attributed to the more self-destruction and outlet of Ballard's adult personality, like circularism, pedalism, and fear or distrust of others. But the rape was never mentioned again. I understand, because when women deal with stuff like this, it's hard for them to how to battle it. how to deal with it. I'll say to women out here, if you know you've been raped, if you've been touched in any kind of way, please go to the police. Don't just wait for many years to come. Go to the police. They will help you and report it, and don't be afraid. Overcome your fear. And I understand because you're afraid that person might come back and try to kill you or do something to you. Please, lady, protect yourself. It's important because it's a lot of stuff that's going on around here. I don't respect any man that does this because it's have to be her choice if she wants to be with that person or have sex or not. Women can have fun as long as they be responsible, and that goes to guys too, because guys are the cause of why these things will take place, and you wonder why there's feminists existed because of stuff like this. Even though men created it, because they know they have to fix this problem. Even though it could have been different started by women, they try to help women to get the rights just as much as they have. So, ladies, be careful, stay safe. Poor thing. Poor thing. It's sad. Okay, I'm going to read few, not a lot. Exit from the Supreme and solo career. Ballard expressed in dissatisfaction with the group decision throughout its successful period. She would also claim that their schedule had forced the group members to drip away, drip to drift apart, the drip apart, to drift apart. Ballard blamed Motown Records for destroying the group, dismantling it by making Donna Ross the star. Yep, because Donna Ross was dating Berry Gordy at the time, and which is not right, but you got a lot of record labels doing that, dating at the person who's the leader of the group. That happens, and that started a lot of problems there. Struggled to cope with the labels depend and her own bout with depression. Ballard turned to alcohol for come forward, leading to arguments with her group members. Ballard's alcoholism led to her missing performance and recording sessions. Gordy sometimes replaced Ballard on the stage with the Marilyn Barrow in April 1967. And Chatterley and Birdsing, the member of Patti LaBelle and the Bluebells, become a stand-in for Ballard a month later. Ballard returned to the group from what she thought was a temporary leave of adolescence in June. Gordy changed the group name to Supreme with Donna Ross, which was how they are building on the murder of Las Vegas Flamingo Hotel. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, they said that. And that's what caused her demise and causing problems that was going on. And it's sad, though. It's sad what happened to this girl. It really is. Decline. In June 1971, Ballard sued Motown for addition of royalties payment she believed she was due to receive. She was defeated in court by Motown, of course, not surprised. Shortly afterwards, Ballard and her husband separated following several domestic dispute. Ballard home was foreclosure. Poor thing. Facing poverty and depression. Ballard becomes an alcoholic and settled away from the spotlight in 1972. She moved into her sister Maxine's house in 1974. Mary Wilson lived Violet Ballard to join the Supreme, which now including Shirley and Bert Singh and the settlement about a pain. Ross have left for her successful solo career in 1970s. Through Ballard plays the Tripoli, she didn't sing and told Wilson she had no ambition to sing anymore. Later that year, Ballard Part of started to be reported in a newspaper as word got around that the singer had a pilot for welfare. Around that time, Ballard entered Henry Forward a hospital for rehab treatment. Following 6 weeks of treatment, Ballard slowly started to recover. Okay, and here's her comeback. The comeback in early 1975, Ballard received a insurance settlement from her former attorney insurance company. The settled money helping her buy a house on Shaftesbury Avenue. Inspired by the financial successful, Ballard decided to come. The ballad decided to return to singing and also to recover with Children Men and Ballard's first concert performance in more than 5 years, taking place at the Henry and the Outlet Forward and addition in Detroit on June the 25, 1975. The ballad performed as a part of the Julian Little defensive of lead and was backing by female rock group The Deadliest Shade. Afterwards, she started to receive offers for interviews. Jet Magazine was one of the first to report on Ballard and her recovery. Here's her the announcing of her death. The death on February the 21, 1976. Ballard entered medically in Charlotte Marcy Hospital and complaining of the number of nits in her acts exclusively. She died at 10:05 the next morning from cardiac arrest causing by an and the thrombosis, a blood clot in one of her renally in at the age of 32. Ballard is buried in Detroit Memorial Park Cemetery in Warren, Michigan. May she rest in peace, man. I mean, it's really sad. And here's her legacy. Florida Ballard's story has been referenced in a number of working by other artists. The 1980 song Romeo tunes from Stevie Wonder album Jack Rabbit's Slim is dedicated to the memory of Florida and Ballard. That's nice. The Billy and Bradford song King James version on his Williams and Bradford album turtled the line "Remember the Sadness" and Ballard's eyes on his 2006 album Hip Hop Is Dead. Hip hop artist Nas mentioned the Ballard and Ross feud in his song Blunt Ashes. When Flo from the Supremes died, Donna Ross cried and many people said that she was laughing inside. In his short story, you know they got a hell of a band. Stephen King thought the later disc jockey and angry and feeding included the Ballard as one of the deceitful artists who performed in a town called Rock and Roll Heaven. Yeah. And here's the Supreme Girls, the movie. not Supreme Girls. Yes, but Dreams Girls based on Supreme story, and so is Sparkle. Dreamgirls, a 1981 Broadway musical. The Chronicles, a Afro group called the Dream, and a number of a pilot of controversy in pilot of events in the Supreme's career. The central character of Italy and Whitey, like photo Violet, is criticized for being overweight and is fired from the group. So that's whatever her name, Jennifer Hudson. She played the version of the girl they photo Ballard, but it was another character they called her in reference to her. The film version of Dreamgirls, released in 2006, featured more than the cover referred to Ballard's life and the Supreme story, including the Gruen and the album covers that are directly copy of Supreme original. Jennifer Hudson won a Golden Globe Award and an Academy Award for her portrayal of Ella White in the Dreamgirls film in her Golden Global acceptable speech. Hudson dedicated her winning to winning to Photo Bauer, the music video for the Donna Ross song "Missing You," paying tribute to Marvin Gaye, Ballard, and Paul Williams. Yep. And all the former Motown artists who have died in 1988. Ballard was inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'm trying to get at it, as the member of the Supremes, along with Donna Ross and Mary Wilson. On June 25, 2019, the New York Times Magazine lists Florence Ballard along with hundreds of artists whose material was reportedly destroyed in the 2008 Universal Fire. So they had this problem too, right along with Flying Max. Yeah, that's pretty sad. They don't tell what else other artists who affect this as well. Personal life. Ballard begins to date Thomas Gentleman, a Motown Records alpha chief in 1967. They married in a private celebration in Hawaii on February the 29th, 1968, and had three daughters, Michelle Denise and Nicole Rana, and Lisa Rana, born 1971. Bottle reportedly had several domestic disputes with her husband and filed for divorce in 1973. But they recovered a later 1975 and portrayed to her death. Besides her three daughters, Ballard family, including her cousin, rhythm and blues singer and songwriter Hill Bauer, and his grandnephew, NFL player Chrysalis of Bauer. She was also a Annie of the Detroit Interactive musical Omar S. I did not know that. I did not know that. But whatever she is, man, and they have an album of her, the 2002, the Supreme Flow and Flow Bauer, the original encyclopedia by ABC in 1968 under the title, proposed title, "You Don't Have to." They should have did it when she was alive, but I guess that's guilt because they should have did something. The single in 1968. It doesn't matter how I say it. It's what I I said that matters. Feature Get Out of My Head, ABC Records, 47. Number 45. Number 45. I mean, and 1968. Love Ain't Love. Yeah, Love Ain't Love. Featured with Floor of Forever Faith, ABC number 45. So that's what for her hit singles and her solo career before she was when she was with presence on this earth. So I'm gonna say this is a dedication tribute to Ballard. Florida Ballard. Rest in peace, baby. You will be missed and appreciated. The founder of Supreme, and it's crazy how you gonna get kicked out of your own group and you're the founder of that group. That is crazy to me, and been replaced. And I know Donna Ross and the rest of the girls miss her. So may she rest in peace in the unsung previous episode. But next week we're gonna have other more to talk about unsung episode. There's gonna be a lot more to come on next Sunday. So I see y'all then. It's your boy Domination. This is Back in the Basic. Sugar the Deuce out text baby. Until next time. All right. Peace. I'm out. All right. Peace.